Increased use and costs of St. George City's ReUse Center has city officials looking into its future. The ReUse Center accepts concrete and asphalt rubble for a fee, but dumping of valid green waste has always been free of charge, even to commercial landscapers. However, larger and newer fees implemented recently by the Washington County Solid Waste District that were intended to bring it out of the red have now made it unaffordable for the city to do business.
And we haven't been accepting more. We've been cleaning this up. So starting February 1st, we had to tell the commercial, look, we can't keep up. But we had to tell them first of this week, Monday?
Yes, Monday.
Hey, no more. We can't take commercial compostable material anymore. We can take residents, but we can't take commercial.
Overall, in the composting business, we are operating in the red. And so some of those changes that we did from the gate rates to help get us even again are causing a little bit of an inconvenience to some customers. And so we're going to rehash, negotiate, basically discuss with our partners, particularly the City of St. George and also the other members of the district, how we can make that smoother.
While the city used to make money on compost dumped at the site on Brigham Road, the cost of transporting it to the landfill and processing it for resale has also gone up from $10 to $40 a ton. The city held a work meeting to discuss future possibilities.
Currently, we don't have that space. We've got all of the blacktop surfaced area being consumed with just those rows of digesting compost.
But that's all, you can't get your way at those branches. Years and years ago, we used to hire a grinder to come in and grind that pile that's and then haul it that way. Chip it and then haul it over there. We get a lot more in there. I mean, that pile right there, if that pile was ground, it would be a third that size, or two-thirds, or a third that size. It wouldn't take up near as much room. And we're gonna have to, if we continue what we're doing, we're gonna have a grinder.
The City Parks Department is typically the biggest user of the compost, buying it back at a cheaper cost.
About the amount of the 500 acres of maintained landscape we have, now all that material that we used to be able to, turn into compost, it doesn't matter now, we're gonna pay $10 a ton to go to the landfill on top of buying the compost. So, I mean, it's gonna be a budget effect for us.
We're trying to avoid people going out and dumping this stuff, so it is convenient. If we can somehow try to break even with it by making something work.
Kuntz said the mission of the Solid Waste District is to manage solid waste disposal at the lowest cost possible.
Right now, we have a certain amount of capacity, right? And when it goes beyond that, then we're taking it to C&D, which is costing us more money with no revenue stream at all. So if we may want to consider having part of that conversation be, for example, if there's land out past the ReUse Center where we can stage stuff and then bring it in as we need it rather than overrunning and going to C&D. Something along those lines to where we're balancing supply with the demand.
Also the problem is like the growth just in general, right? Like when you're running at a loss a little bit, right? That's one thing, but like as more haulers come and more landscaping waste comes in, you went from having little problems to big problems, right? So part of it is, I think, growth as well.
All parties believe that by working together they can come up with viable solutions to preserve high-quality services and opportunities in the future. In St. George, Melissa Anderson, Community Education News.